I bought this leather bag earlier in the week from a charity shop, and I paid £7.50 for it, so it was a nice cheap bag. It's leather, but it has seen better days. It's quite grubby. The leather is very, very dry, but it's a really nice size overnight bag with a shoulder strap. It's got a really nice clasp on it that opens and closes. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of cleaning up the bag and see how it turns out. Okay, the first step we're going to do is give the bag a good hoover and get any bits of rubbish and dust that's accumulated inside the bag. Get inside all the pockets, all the zip bits, and just get all of the previous owner's dirt out of it. The actual bag wasn't too dirty really, it wasn't much in the way of crumbs and dust inside it, but it's a good start, and we got the first step done. Next we're going to get some saddle soap and give the outside of the bag a really, really good clean. Okay, for this next bit we're going to use some saddle soap, so you're going to need some saddle soap. This is what I use. A horsehair brush and a clean microfiber cloth. Okay, with the saddle soap you take your horsehair brush and you dip it in the water here, and then you make up, the idea is to get a little bit of a lather but not too much on the soap. So just keep adding water until you've got the desired effect, which is about where that is. So it's a bit like old-fashioned shaving sort of brush thing, and then just go over the leather like so, just rubbing it in, work it into the surface, give it a good scrub in all the little nooks and crannies, and just work your way around the bag. The horsehair brush really seems to get into the grain of the leather and makes a nice foam. I guess you could use another kind of a brush if you wanted to, but horsehair is the best. Then do a little panel at a time, including the handles. Special attention to the handles, because obviously that's where someone's been holding it, got grimy, dirty, sweaty hands all over it. Then once you've sort of covered an area before it dries, simply take your microfiber cloth and wipe off the foam, and with it comes the dirt. It's quite a satisfying process, takes a bit of time, but it's cleaning the leather, but it's also moisturising the leather. But it will need treating afterwards, because it can, if you leave it on there too long, it can really dry out the leather, so it strips off all the oils and natural goodness that's in the leather. But it does get it clean like nothing else. So just carry on working around the bag. Just do a little bit at a time before it dries, and just work it into the surface. You should only really need to do it once, but obviously if it's really grubby, there's nothing wrong with doing a second attempt. A second coating, if you will. So I'm going to work around the bag. I'll speed this bit up because it's not very exciting. Watching the top of my head. But you get the gist of it. And back in a second when I've finished, and we'll see what we've got. Okay, the bag's had a thorough clean with saddle soap now, and a good wipe down with the microfiber cloth to get most of the grime off. This cloth was brand new and clean. As I say, it's taken a fair amount off of the dirt for the first pass. So now what I'm going to do, I'll allow it to dry overnight. I like it to dry at room temperature. The outside temperature in the room I'm in is about 4 or 5 degrees C. Outside is less than that. Indoors is about 20. I don't like to put anything too near a radiator or any heat like that, so just let it dry out naturally, and we'll come back tomorrow and we'll go through the next step. Okay, it's now the next day, and we're ready to, now the bag is dried, to add some treatment to the leather in the form of leather balm, which will soften up the leather, replenish the oils that we've taken out by cleaning it yesterday, and generally nourish and make it lovely and soft and shiny. The product that I use is a leather balm. I've used this for quite a few years. I find it very, very good. It's reasonably inexpensive and you get very good results. So we need to shake the bottle well. Take another microfiber cloth. Just apply a little bit to the cloth. You don't want to put too much of this stuff on at a time, because leather will soak up basically anything that you throw at it, and you need to apply it fairly sparingly, but it will soak right in. So you just rub it in like so. It's like the reverse of the cleaning process. You just go into work your way through the bag, around the bag. This time I'm going to let it dry, soak right in to the leather, and it does feel quite dry So it will take a lot of this. It will just soak it right up. It will change the colour very slightly. It will go slightly darker to a darker brown, but I think that'll look better. So rather than just watch me do panel by panel, it'll be the same as I did earlier in the video, when you just work around the bag, go around the bag, work it right into the grain of the leather. The more you work it in, the better. The heat from your hand and the friction helps the balm go into the actual grain of the leather. So don't be frightened to give it a good rub in there. I'll speed it up now because it's not very interesting watching me do that thing. And back in a while and we'll see what we've got. Okay, I've been right around the bag now, paying special attention to the really dry bits. It really has soaked up an awful lot of the balm, which will do it very, very well, do a lot of good. So it has changed the colour of the bag somewhat. It's got a bit darker as it soaks up the nourishing balm. What I'm going to do with this now is leave it another 24 hours, leave it overnight to really soak in. The leather was really, really dry in many, many places. I've been over it twice. So I'll leave it overnight again, come back possibly in the morning, and we'll then buff it, and then we'll be close to finishing. Well, it's about a week later now, rather than 24 hours. I got busy doing other things, but the bag is pretty much finished. I'm quite pleased how it's turned out. I did the polishing and the buffing of the leather off camera, and I cleaned up all the brass work also, which has really brought the bag to life. So yeah, I'm very pleased with how it's turned out. So here's the bag finished. As you can see, the brass work has all come up really, really nicely. Nice and shiny. The catch on the top was all dull and now refurbished. Overall, I'm very, very pleased with the finished effect. Got lovely shiny leather. There are a few marks that wouldn't come out, but overall, I think that's a nice usable bag. Not bad for a £7.50 investment and, well, a lot of elbow grease. So another piece saved from being thrown away. Should be a few years left of life left in this. Hopefully it'll have many happy trips and be a very useful bag for years to come. See you on the next one.